I want to begin by making an announcement, and I am very privileged and honored to have almost every member of the commission that's here. Unfortunately, Commissioner Carrillo couldn't make it, but I'm joined by our chairman, Keon Hardeman, our vice chairman, Ken Russell, Commissioner Alex Diaz de la Portilla, and Commissioner Manolo Reyes, as well as State Representative Eric Duran, who's here with us. Thank you for being here, State Representative. The announcement that we're making is that we are accepting today $1.3 million in funds from the LHAP program for mortgage and rental assistance. The details of the program are going to be debated today by the Commission, and will hopefully be approving the acceptance of those funds to create more rental and potentially mortgage assistance in our community that is so direly needed. The other one is $306,000 that Vice Chairman Russell had allocated previously that was unspent in the West Grove and is being reallocated to a rental assistance relocation program. And so I'd like to turn it over to our chairman to say a few words, and our vice chairman, followed by Commissioner Diaz de la Portilla and Commissioner Reyes, to talk about this announcement that is so critically needed in our community. And then I'll have State Representative Nick Durant say a few words as well. Thank you.
Keon Hardeman, Keonhardeemon, Chairman of the Miami City Commission. This message is for all of our homeowners, for our renters in the city of Miami. This is for the community that needs assistance to make it another day. We know in the city of Miami that you're hurting. We know that many of you have lost your jobs. Many of you are struggling to make ends meet. Many of you are trying to push through this pandemic the best way you know how. And so our job in the city of Miami is to find resources to continue to help you make it another day. And so this is another wonderful addition to our arsenal of assistance for the residents of the city of Miami to ensure that no one is left behind, to ensure that everyone finds comfort in these times that are most difficult. And so I know that my colleagues, our mayor, we're going to pass this item. We're going to ensure that those in our community have the opportunity to continue providing resources to their families and to ensure that no one is left behind. And so we thank you for helping us pass on this message. And to our residents, I want to say to you all, we're here to help you. We will not leave your side. The city of Miami will always be here for you. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Ken Russell, Vice Chairman of the City of Miami Commission. I sponsored these items today for all of our commission to consider and work together on because our city is suffering. There is no comparison for the physical suffering of someone who has contracted COVID-19, is in the hospital, and may pass away. There is no comparison to what their families suffer when they lose a loved one. But beyond the physical suffering, there is an economic suffering that our community is going through. And we as a city, county, state, and federal government are not taking the right steps to address this issue holistically as a team. The steps that we have to take from a policy perspective to contain the virus affect our economy. We should be working together with that economy to give them the best tools possible, but then we need the help of the state and federal government to make sure we can make our community whole. And it's not just those businesses that may close, it's the people they have to fire, and those people who lose their jobs can lose their homes. The eviction moratorium will run out at some point, and we are going to have an affordable housing crisis beyond the likes we've ever seen. This money is helpful. $1.3 million is helpful. It sounds like a lot of money, but the last time we implemented a program just like this, just a few months ago, with just a few $1 million, we had over 40,000 qualified applicants within a couple days. The fund ran out, and only about 3,000 of those people were made whole. The need is real, and our community needs the help. And our local government can only do so much when we are bleeding as a city government ourselves. We need this CARES Act to be repeated. and amplified to help municipalities do the work they need to do for the community. I'm imploring county, state, and federal government to make those funds flow to those who can implement it best for the community. For today, we'll do our part, and we will work together on these funds and distribute them appropriately to those who need it, but I know the need is so much greater. Thank you.
I am Alex Diaz de la Portilla. I'm not going to spell it. You can see it right here in my face. I also want to thank the mayor and my colleagues here in the City Commission. We are going to have a robust debate today about the spending of these dollars. It is a little bit over $1 million for rental and mortgage assistance. We know it's not enough, but Miami continues to be at the forefront of these innovative programs to help our neediest residents. Part of that debate today will include where this money goes. It is very important for me and for the people that I represent in one of the poorest parts of the city of Miami that this help be means-based, that it be sent to the people and given to the people that need it the most, not spread evenly throughout the city, as we've seen with other county programs in particular that are not have a means-tested system to make sure the people that need it the most get it. So I'm very, very happy to work with the mayor, with my colleagues here in the commission. I think most of them have said what this program is about. We're very, very excited about being able to do our part, our small part, to helping Miami's neediest citizens, particularly in the suffering severe economic crisis right now. So I thank you very much for being here. Please cover the debate. It's going to be a very, very healthy debate. La gran diferencia entre este programa y otros programas, que esto va directamente a las personas, que yo quiero que vaya directamente a las personas más impactadas, las personas de bajos recursos. Esto es una asistencia en hipoteca, para pagar su hipoteca y para pagar su alquiler de un poquito más de $1 millón. En el pasado, mucha de esta asistencia se ha hecho particularmente de parte del condado, ha sido solamente para cualquier persona, sin ningún tipo de consideración sobre si las personas son de bajos recursos. Yo voy a asegurar hoy en esta comisión, en esta reunión que tenemos hoy, unido al alcalde aquí de Miami, Suarez, para garantizar que las personas más necesitadas, que las personas más vulnerables, que las personas que están sufriendo más en esta comunidad reciben esta asistencia primero antes que más nadie. Muchas gracias por todo. Le paso ahora, creo que al comisionado Manolo Reyes.
Thank you very much. I don't think that anything has to be added. Everybody knows that due to COVID-19, we have a tremendous slowdown in our economy. We have a lot of people that are suffering. A lot of jobs have been lost. And we have a lot of families that they are in danger of being evicted. And these funds that we are receiving and accepting today, they are going to go, they're going to be used to help those people that need it. I totally and wholeheartedly support the words of my colleague, Alex Diaz de la Portilla. We're going to make sure that this funds goes to those people that need it. Those people that right now, they are on the verge of being evicted. And the only message that I want to send to the state and to the federal government, they send some more, because Miami is really hurting. We need more money. We need more assistance to help the people that at this time are hurting. You have to realize that Miami, the city of Miami, is a city that is not a wealthy city. We have a lot of neighborhoods that they are populated by low-income families, and we must assist them and we must help them. And in order to do that, we need federal and state funds. And now in Spanish, todo lo que se ha dicho aquí, yo creo que no vale la pena repetirlo. Todo el mundo sabemos que estamos pasando por una crisis económica, y el COVID-19 ha causado un gran problema económico con todas las personas, los negocios que han cerrado, las personas que han perdido su trabajo. Y estos fondos que estamos aceptando, nosotros nos vamos a asegurar, como bien dijo el comisionado Alex Díaz de la Portilla, de que van a esas personas que de verdad lo necesitan, esas personas que están ya a punto de ser desahuciados, desalojados de sus casas, o que vayan a perder sus casas porque no pueden pagar las hipotecas. Por eso, en estos momentos, yo lo único que quiero añadir es de que nosotros vivimos en una ciudad que es muy pobre. Miami no es la parte esa que muchas se ven tanto en las revistas y eso, como South Beach y otras áreas. No, Miami tiene muchos barrios muy necesitados, y nosotros necesitamos más fondos, y por eso yo quisiera que ustedes le hicieran, dejaran saber a sus representantes federales y estatales de que necesitamos más ayuda para poder ayudar a la ciudadanía y a esas familias que en estos momentos están a punto de ser desalojados del lugar donde viven. Muchísimas gracias.
Antes de pasar el micrófono al representante Durán, quería simplemente reiterar algunas palabras en español que hoy estamos anunciando. El hecho de que estamos recibiendo en la ciudad de Miami 1.3 millones de dólares para asistencia con arrendamientos y con hipotecas para los residentes de la ciudad. Como han explicado el comisionado Díaz de la Portilla y el comisionado Reyes, necesitamos mucho más fondos. Estamos trabajando con la conferencia de alcaldes, con la Liga de Ciudades, para tratar, número uno, de recibir los fondos federales de la primera ronda del CARES Act desde el condado, que todavía no nos han dado a nosotros ni un centavo de esos fondos. Y número dos, estamos trabajando con el gobierno federal para, si Dios quiere, la segunda ronda de fondos que pueden ayudar no solo a los residentes de Miami, pero también a su gobierno, que está proveyendo servicios para ellos todos los días y tiene un déficit proyeccionado de 25 millones de dólares este año y 30 el año que viene. Y deseamos balancear nuestro presupuesto sin aumentar los impuestos para negativamente afectar a nuestros residentes, ni si disminuir los servicios. Así que es importantísimo durante esta pandemia que necesitamos la ayuda del gobierno federal y estatal. Y ahora le paso el micrófono. Yo sé que los comisionados tienen una sesión de la comisión, pero le paso el micrófono a Eric Durant, que es un representante estatal que nos ayudó a la ciudad de Miami, representa a la ciudad de Miami y nos ayudó a recibir estos fondos.
Thank you, Mayor, and again, State Representative Nick Duran. I want to thank the Commission for moving quickly on this. As we all know, in Miami-Dade, we've already had an affordable housing crisis that's been in place. And so we, as a legislature, has been moving forward with trying to get the Sadowski Affordable Housing Trust Fund fully funded for the first time in 9 years, and we did so this last budget. However, because of COVID-19 and the economic consequences of COVID-19, that money was vetoed. And this is a replacement. This is $250 million. This is the first disbursement from the Florida Housing Finance Corporation of $75 million. Of that, City of Miami is getting this important funding for these particular purposes. I know there are timing circumstances. This funding has to be spent quickly before December, and I know this is the first tranche. But this is so critical and important for our community, our city, and I'm happy to see us moving so quickly as a commission, as the mayor has said. And leadership is important right now in moving these funds. As we all said, a lot of families are hurting, a lot of families are scared. Whatever we can do in this circumstance is important. So I'm just happy to see us moving so quickly and glad to see the leadership taking place here. Thank you.
So as we continue with our normal briefing, I just want to say before the commissioners leave that this week we have emphasized enforcement of our mask rule. We have written 115 tickets, 59 warnings, 41 $50 tickets, 15 $100 tickets, and we have closed 15 businesses, 10 for 24 hours and 5 for 10 hours. I know the commissioners have to start the commission meeting, so. Sí, nosotros estamos enfocándonos en el enforzamiento de la regla de la máscara y estamos viendo a través de ese enforzamiento una reducción en lo que es la curva de nuevos casos en la ciudad de Miami. Hemos escrito 115 infracciones, 59 advertencias, 51 de $50 y 15 de $100. Y hemos hecho 431 inspecciones, cerrando 15 negocios, 10 por 24 horas y 5 por 10 días. Así que yo sé que los comisionados tienen que continuar a la sesión de la comisión, así que agradecemos su presencia aquí. Thank you guys for being here and for all your work. Thank you. Los hospitales, los últimos hospitals, the last 14 days, the intensive care unit census has been flat. The county-wide hospital system has produced or has increased its capacity by 130 ICU beds, which is incredibly important for the critical care that we have to provide for our residents. The updates on statistics, as I mentioned, the mask in public rule is working. We went from a high point of 125 new cases a day. We're now at 20 new cases a day, so that is 1/6 of the rate of increase, which means that the curve is flattening. Our percent positive, which was 2 Fridays ago at 0.7% increase, almost a percent increase per day, is now at 0.3% decrease. So that curve has completely flattened and is now declining at that pace. We would be at the 10% mark in approximately a month. Households continue to be the largest category at 33.9%. Family members continue to be the largest relationship at 41%. And 73% of the people are still reporting, and this is with over 2,600 surveys, that more than one member of the household is infected. And that's important because we've got to start changing our messaging. Our messaging has always been, if you're outside or if you're indoors, you need to wear a mask and you need to socially distance. I would tell our residents, and this is voluntary, this is not something that we can mandate, that they should consider, particularly if they have a multi-generational household, wearing masks indoors at times with their multi-generational residents, and also respecting social distance when they're at home. Because again, we're seeing the largest center of spread being our house. It's important numbers that you need to know for testing sites. If you live in Miami-Dade County, the number is 311. If you live in the city of Miami, it's 305-960-5050. We are working with the Department of Health to stand up another testing site in the city of Miami. We'll be having an announcement on that in the next few days. If you need to be isolated, and this is incredibly important, we have just worked with the state of Florida. We announced that at the last press conference, that there are now 500 isolation beds. If you're symptomatic, if you feel sick and you have been tested, you are eligible to be isolated if you cannot isolate. And the number to call is 305-614-1716. We're going to be having another business council meeting tomorrow. And again, I want to urge everyone to understand that when you get home, you are not necessarily safe. We have been preaching when you go outside wearing masks, but I would urge you to please consider when you're at home, particularly if you work or you are in the possibility of some exposure, to socially distance inside your home and potentially consider wearing a mask if you have a vulnerable resident in your community. El reporte en español es que las hospitalizaciones de cuidado crítico los últimos 14 días se han mantenido a una curva aplanada. Tenemos 130 camas adicionales de cuidado crítico, y eso es importante porque eso va a la capacidad de nuestro sistema de hospitales. La curva de ascensión se ha disminuido de un punto de tope de 125 casos diarios a hoy 20 casos diarios. Eso es una reducción sustancial. El porcentaje de personas que dan positivo hace 2 viernes era casi 1% por día, 3/4% por día. Ahora está en una curva de reducción por 1/3 de 1% por día. Así que cada 3 días sería una reducción de 1% de personas que dan positivo. Si se mantiene esa curva, en 30 días estaríamos en un punto importante de 10% positivo. Así que tenemos que mantenernos disciplinados para llegar a ese momento. Las categorías de más alta incidencia todavía son en los hogares, 33.9%, contraído por un miembro de la familia, 41%, y 73% reportando que más de una persona en el hogar está contaminado. Los números importantes que tienen que llamar para examinarse son el 311 si vives en el condado y el 305-960-5050 si vives en la ciudad de Miami. Si necesitas aislamiento, muy importante para evitar el hecho que más de una persona sale contaminado en su hogar. Tan pronto que sientes síntomas y te has examinado, si no te puedes aislar en su hogar, tienes que llamar al 305-614-1716, 305-614-1716. Mañana nos estaremos reuniendo con el cónsul de negociantes y queremos reiterar el hecho de que si estás en su hogar tienes que tomar muchas precauciones porque todavía no estás fuera del peligro. No vamos a anunciar hoy un orden de quedarse en casa. We are not announcing today a stay-at-home order. So that is maintained itself. Our experts and the hospital experts, los expertos nuestros y los expertos de los hospitales todavía nos están avisando que deberemos de mantenerlo en el giro que estamos en este momento. Our experts are saying that we need to maintain and stay the course and continue to see what the remediation measures that we've implemented are going to result in terms of reductions. And like I said, we're seeing some very, very positive results. We're by no means out of the woods, and I don't want to send the message that we need to relax. We need to be more disciplined than ever, because if we go backwards, and we have obviously school and our school system that has to make a big decision in the next few weeks, that it will be another critical juncture in determining if we can defeat COVID-19 in our community. Questions?
Alcalde, ¿cuál va a ser el proceso para distribuir estos fondos para los arrendatarios y cuántas familias se verán favorecidas?
Eso lo estamos discutiendo hoy en la sesión de la comisión. Hoy simplemente este anuncio era para aceptar y dar la información al público que estos fondos van a estar disponibles. Después de que se debate y se apruebe a nivel de la comisión, vamos a tener todos los detalles de quién califica, cómo van a poder calificar y cómo pueden recibir esos fondos. Voy a tirarnos después. Yeah, so we're going to be debating and approving the receipt of the funds and disbursement of the funds today in the commission. I know there'll be some healthy debate as to how much should be allocated to different categories and different income levels, as you heard the commissioners say themselves. So once that is all decided, we should be able to put out a press release. Soledad will be able to put out a press release with all the details so you guys can push that out in your newscast. Let me go to him and then I'll go to you. Yeah.
Alcalde, sabemos que ha hecho un gran esfuerzo dando esta ayuda justamente a la gente para la renta, pero sabemos que a veces se acaba muy rápido. Usted habló justamente de ayuda de federal. ¿Cuánto ustedes estiman que realmente necesitan para ayudar a toda la gente y satisfacer?
Si nosotros recibimos los fondos adecuados del condado, por ejemplo, de la primera ronda de fondos federales, recibiríamos $80 millones. Hoy en día estamos recibiendo 1.3 millones. O sea, la escala de ayuda es mucho más si podemos recibir esos fondos a base de población. Estamos en un debate y una negociación ahora mismo con el condado. Posiblemente el lunes ellos tienen una sesión especial en cual van a considerar cuánto nos van a dar a las ciudades y vamos a tener una mejor respuesta a esa pregunta. Pero también, si Dios quiere, van a haber otra ronda que en este momento se está debatiendo a nivel federal entre el Senado y la Cámara de Representantes y el presidente para más asistencia.
I was curious for people watching who do need that rental assistance. Is there a general timeline that you?
Yes, immediate. So we have to spend the money by December 31st. But if you saw in our first round, when we did the rental assistance program the first time, we literally, I think within an hour, we had the requisite number of applications. So I suspect this money will go very, very fast, and we'll hopefully stand it up in the next week.
Mayor, just to be clear, the $80 million you said what you need, is that aside from whatever the county gives you or include?
No, so the federal government has given cities, states, and counties, based on population, a certain amount of money. They created an arbitrary population of 500,000 in terms of direct money. And they did that for logistical reasons. They can't cut, thousands and thousands of checks. They expect the units of government to filter that money down based on population to the other units of government. And so, for example, Miami, that has 468,000 people, missed it by 32,000 population, a direct payment. Atlanta, which has 506,000, got a direct payment of $88 million. So we should have gotten $80 million. Now, it went through the county, and the county is negotiating with us. We started at 17%, 17 cents on the dollar. Then we went to 50%, which is the current offer, and we're hoping to get closer to 75%. We think we'll settle for 75, just understanding that the county has some regional needs that they want to fund, and we're hopeful that those negotiations conclude successfully by Monday. Sí, cómo no. El gobierno federal ha otorgado fondos a condados, ciudades y estados a base de población, en todos casos, pero establecieron un límite de 500,000 de población. Es un límite que ellos establecieron simplemente por la logística de no tener que administrar todos los fondos a miles y miles de ciudades, que sería muy difícil para ellos administrar. Su propósito era darlo a la unidad de gobierno más grande, que lo puede distribuir a las unidades de gobierno más pequeños. La ciudad de Miami, que tiene una población de 468,000 personas, 32,000 desde el límite de 500, no ha recibido un pago directo como recibió, por ejemplo, Atlanta, que tiene una población de 506,000. Ellos recibieron $88 millones directamente del gobierno federal. Así que lo que nos corresponde a nosotros es $80 millones. Nosotros estamos satisfechos si recibimos por lo menos 75% de eso, entendiendo que el condado no tiene, posiblemente tiene algunos argumentos legales de que ellos ellos van a tomar la posición que no tienen que dar los fondos a las ciudades. Ellos empezaron ofreciendo 17 centavos por el dólar, lo han aumentado a 50 centavos y estamos negociando para llegar a 75 antes del lunes porque tenemos que gastar los fondos antes del 31 de diciembre. That's right. Yes, so the 306 was from our general fund. Correct, and that was funds that we had allocated actually when I was a commissioner. There was an eviction crisis in the Coconut Grove area. For whatever reason, the funds were never spent. No one qualified or was able to tap into that money, so we're reallocating it from then to now and use it now. Sí, cómo no. Hay dos categorías de dinero. Uno es del Estado, el 1.3, y el otro es una categoría de $300,000 que teníamos desde el Fondo General, otorgado cuando yo era comisionado en el 2016 para ayudar a personas en Coconut Grove que tenían, era un desalojo grande que iba a suceder en un edificio. Desafortunadamente, por alguna razón, no se pudo utilizar los fondos en ese momento y lo estamos reotorgando para utilizarlo hoy. Anything else, guys? Thank you.